So, Frederick, thanks a lot for joining us, and we're gonna start straight away. So, can you please introduce yourself for our global audience?
Yeah, hi. So thank you for having me here, Asif. And my name is Fryderyk Pryjma, and I'm founder of Effect Driven Design Studio. So my sort of studio is extracted team of designers from the software agency based in Warsaw, Poland. So we've been working now with this design team for 3 years now in unchanged team. And thanks to my great partners, which is Silk Software House, I'm lucky to have. I could launch this project and now run a design studio that I can open up for many more opportunities for collaboration and design activities. So yeah, this is me.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your introduction. Now, Frederick, for our global audience, because we have been working on the ecosystem, venture capital ecosystem, on the values-based approach. So we have been dealing with the global investors, global entrepreneurs, and also dynamic collaboration partners like your entity. So we'll be happy to know, because now we are only talking about Frederick. So we'll be happy to know about your past. I mean, because success doesn't come so easily in life, and you don't reach the pinnacle stage of your life so easily. So we'd like to know a little bit about your past. How was your past?
Mhm. So to start with, I hope success is just ahead of me. Uh, I wouldn't like to perceive the current moment as top of my dreams. So I always want to aim higher, right? But yeah, so I basically come from Poland, as you can already know. And then I started my education in Tampere University of Technology, where I did a quite open program in science and engineering. At the beginnings, I was thinking of going in IT space, but I wasn't sure whether it will be UX field. But then, thankfully, I was admitted to the master program, Human Technology Interaction, which is in world-leading facility in Tampere University. Finland is very skilled within, well, sort of usability, user experience, user interface, and it has quite big number of courses and programs specializing within this field. And in there, I discovered this field, which I haven't been aware of in my younghood. And so it went forward. I wanted to come back to Poland after the studies. During the studies, I got numerous really interesting opportunities for the collaboration with Nokia in Demola, in Sprint startup activity, where I was cooperating with Tanzanian government as well entity. So very interesting projects across Tampere University that motivated me to pursue more education within this more education and actually like explore my skills within user experience and design space. I've been then admitted to the project related to my master thesis in research institutes of Sweden, where I cooperated with very talented people on remote operation of vehicles and the design of the station, usability testing and improving of it. We have had very interesting industrial partners as well, Göteborg based, well, quite recognized in the world entities. I can't name them because of NDA, but very good entities within autonomous vehicle space. So very interesting projects. And then I wanted to come back to Poland. I luckily entered the partnership with Silk Software House, where I started working. I was quite from very younghood. I had quite huge entrepreneurial drive. I had quite many sort of business activities, well, within sales, within importing of goods, within coaching, different sort of things. And they noticed this drive in software agency I was working. Firstly, I was promoted to be design lead. Then I started working as chief product officer and chief operating officer. And yeah, and lastly, about half a year ago, the idea originated for starting own studio, and they've created an opportunity for me to launch it, and here I am. So yeah, half year later, with design studio, own clients, established partnerships with quite few software agencies, and yeah, very thrilling time ahead of us.
Fantastic, great. It's a huge devotion and engagement with your education, and you try to acquire experiences. But I mean, learning by doing approach, it's really phenomenal. I mean, fantastic. Because that's the way. I mean, we've been listening from all the C-suite leaders. I mean, wherever they are now, it required huge investment of their time, energy, money to acquire knowledge, understanding, learning, and then they applied this in their life. Now, I would like to ask you, Fryderyk, where you are currently uh, in terms of your inspiration or challenges in life. It might be related with work or whatsoever. Can you please share where you are right now? What's your mind is working right now? What's your current focus?
Mhm. So my current focus, it's quite related to actually value 360 ventures. I mean, it's about values. So what I really admire and what I want my company to grow into, and what I from the very beginning try to encourage, is sincerity, both in partnership and in general collaboration. So I express that through a couple of aspects. So first of all, within my team, we have every week a meeting where I talk about all the business activities that I'm doing, all the challenges we have, financial challenges, financial opportunities, all the plans, ideas. I discuss that with the team, so everybody is on board because I believe that sincerity, trust, and sharing can bring ultimately growth for everybody. And the same I try to express within space with my clients, with my partners. So I try to bring trust, I try to bring sincerity, and I don't like what I really like as being independent design studio where we do UX, UI, user research, is that we are not bonded with software agency in terms of development later on. So what we sell essentially is something that I really truly believe is bringing benefit to our clients, because we don't suggest some technology or some choices because we actually have now people sitting on a bench working on that. But I suggest something because I know it's just best for the client from our like perspective, and I don't have a software agency awaiting for those projects to be passed on to the development phase. So this is something I'm very happy about. It's not really a challenge, I would say here, like regarding challenges, because you actually asked more on challenges. I would say, yeah, it's still like working like, with that because, mm, yeah, I mean, I'd say like it's a burden of information. Maybe that will be the biggest challenge currently that I'm facing. So we have so many technology stacks, so many options to go with. And also another aspect is credibility of design partners and software agencies in general. So quite many startups I talk to, they have already lost trust in service providers such as myself and such as effect-driven design. And this is something that I'm sort of finding a challenge with. But how I want to overcome is it's first of all through the first thing I mentioned. So building the trust and hoping for the what do we call in Polish marketing szeptanie. I don't know what's the English term for it, but it's when somebody recommends you to some other entity. And I just want to be, an agency and studio that everybody will be relying on and will be happy to share with their colleagues, go with Fred, go with effect driven design. They will do that good for you. So this is sort of where I am currently at. And yeah, thanks for the question, but it wasn't an easy to answer, I must say. So like our listener can see that
Fantastic.
it's not scripted.
No, 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 no. I understand, Fryderyk, and you nailed it correctly. Because at the end of the day, we are human being, and we need to, you know, baseline our relationship with trust, for trust, and by the trust. That's why, I used to often say that, even I shared with you, that we invest trust before money. That's very important and very crucial. We need to share because we do care. So that's the baseline to build a relationship. And once you build a relationship with your clients or partners, doesn't matter in my good time and bad time, you'll be with me, so we can overcome things together, we can celebrate together, we can face the challenges together, so that it gives the ease in the process. Absolutely. So that's why core mission is with the values and in the values. So that's why we need to connect with the values. That's why we are doing this globally. And now, final question I would like to just ask you that if you have any advice or suggestion for the youth or for the entrepreneurs, or if you'd like to share your future dreams with us.
Mhm. Well, regarding suggestion for the entrepreneurs, I mean, I can't suggest anything to everybody for sure, but it's what I see currently within startups is that there is a huge drive for the starting a startup, not really always targeting some real world problem. So I would suggest for the entrepreneurs and like startup founders to ask themselves always many questions and like try to challenge themselves as well within this, if this is really solving some real world problem and not just making a startup for sake of making a startup. So perhaps that would be a good question. In general, like try to bring value, like always bring value with whatever you do. Either it's service, either it's some sort of initiative for the general good. Try to bring value with your activities because that will always bring you a return. And for my hopes, yeah, well, I'm hoping for meeting even more interesting projects and being able to help people with designing the digital products that will impact also positively the world. So that's something that I'm hoping most for, let's say, that I will have projects to work on that I truly believe in. Since it's not always the case, unfortunately. Not always you need to work on something that you truly believe in. And if you truly believe in something, it's much easier to also bring greater value to it. So yeah, maybe something like that in these lines. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Fryderyk. I mean, I'm really overwhelmed with your speech, and I can feel that you're not only a C-suite leader, but also, I mean, the way it sounded to me, you're a good soul. And we need this type of good souls for making greater impacts and sustainable impacts to the world for sure. And as you said, in terms of your suggestion for the startups, for every journey, there's a start and there's an end. But for the startups, they're not going to just start something for the sake of ending. They need to make sure they can grow and they can go global, so that then they can create the bigger impact for the greater community, greater population of the world. So that'll be their mindset, and that's why we're there to support. Thanks a lot for your time, and I'm sure this is the time for us to act uniquely and creating impact universally. Thanks once again, Fryderyk, for your time, and I'm sure if your time, if your speech inspires just simply one individuals of this world, that's the satisfaction for us. That's the
Exactly.
way we
Thank you
see
very
it.
much,
Thank
Dr. Oz.
you. Thank
Thanks.
you very much. Thanks for your time.